I'm a member of the working class. It's very important that we get working class individuals representing us in office. And it's very important for me as a campaign. I understand that there has been, 50, 100, possibly more that have come out before me, politicians, and made all the same promises as me. So exactly, what makes me different? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lead by example to show that I'm different. I am the first candidate in the history of American politics to post links from my website to all my opponents' websites. And I encourage anyone who visits my website to explore my plan for Illinois and then go to my opponents' websites and see what their ideas are. This election should be about the voters and knowing that they've selected a candidate that will best serve
I might
them.
have asked that incorrectly. What I mean is, what are you going to do different opposed to the individual that's in there now? That's right.
Yes, well, that's just starting to show how I am different and proving to the people that once I get in office, I'm going to be different, because anybody can come and say, oh, I'm going to be different and we're going to do things different, but why should anybody believe me? So I need to start doing things now, and these are some of the things I have done, signed all my opponents' nominating petitions. When I get into office, I mean, just the reasons why I'm getting involved in politics, that will also help to show that I'm just a normal guy. I'm standing up, I'm fighting, I'm fed up with everything that's going on. And I'm getting involved because I'm sick of seeing the working class being thrown under the bus.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask you a few questions about something in your position paper. Number one, you said that you wanted to make sure that people were not taxed when it comes to unemployment benefits. Am I correct?
I'm sorry? Yeah.
So
They
they-
do have to pay
Yeah,
taxes.
now presently they
Yes.
do. But you're one individual that's going to work so they don't have to do that.
Correct.
One of the ways you expect to supplement some of that is to have a 10-cent tax on the stock exchange that takes place here in Chicago, Board of Trade and Board of Options, which could, your research has shown, could produce $1 billion. And then you don't have to be worrying about taxing people on their property, because you'll be getting it from the same people that the United States has helped to save by giving them the taxpayers' money so that they wouldn't falter.
Absolutely.
And now they have recovered from it, and they're making oodles of money.
Correct.
And-
And big fat bonuses going on
And,
as well.
that,
to
and
their
that's something
executives.
that they should be willing to do for the people of the state of Illinois, is to pay that 10% tax on transactions, which they won't pay anyway. They'll pass it on to people who are buying the taxes, buying the stock. Is that part of what you would like
Yeah,
to
well,
see?
it's what it is it's a 10-cent transaction fee. Whether you trade one share or a billion shares, it's only 10 cents. However, the volume of trades that go on the stock exchange floors and all their electronic trading platforms as well, the numbers are way up there. And we projected it will raise nearly $1 billion in new revenue into the state of Illinois a year without raising taxes on the backs of those who can afford it the least. As you said, the banks and just the entire banking industry, they've taken advantage of the American people, and that's really one of the main reasons why I decided to get involved. As a direct result of the $700 billion bailout, the first one, that's what forced me to realize that we need more everyday working class individuals representing us in office. And that was the one single proverbial final straw on the camel's back that made me realize I need to get involved in public service.
Okay. We're going to have one more question, then we're going to get to the telephone calls.
No, you can go to the call.
Okay. Go ahead,
let the
call and
bowlers
beat
in
the
here.
drums. Go ahead.
Hello, how you doing?
How you
My
doing?
name is Lawan Zagata. We know Salim, Khalid, together. But
Salam
the
alaikum.
question I have for your guest Castillo and Mr. Jones, what do you two think about?
Well, excuse me. The question is being directed towards the individual that's running.
If you were lieutenant governor, what would you try to do about changing the laws within the Illinois state statutes about private higher education institutions? These schools can get away with virtually anything because they're private and there are no laws on the books to prevent them from mistreating people. And most of these schools in the state are private. And this is one of the reasons why very few, for instance, black males or men who are Hispanic even get through college because of the sort of treatment they receive. What would you do if you're in that position?
Okay, thank you for the call. Go ahead.
Well, I would like to make it easier for all people in Illinois to get an education. This is one of my top priorities. I feel very strongly that education is an investment in society's future, and if there's one place in Illinois that we should be dumping money into, it's education. I fell into that category. I attended Michigan State University. After my freshman year, I went back for the sophomore year. Over that summer, my parents had run on tough economic times, and they wound up missing a couple mortgage payments, and we wound up losing a loan for $11,000. I had to disenroll, come back to Chicago, and reinvent myself. So we definitely, education is extremely important, and you know, I just want to make it available to all people of Illinois.
Okay, excuse me. This is the time where the callers dominate the show. Okay, we got the ball rolling. One quick question: When can people come volunteer? Can they make campaign contributions? Tell people. They need to know, man.
Yes, well, you know, you can go to my website. You can volunteer on my website by calling the phone number that I sent earlier.
Say it again.
The phone number, 888-324-7885. Also on our website is tomforltgov.com, which you can sign up for our email blast there. You can make a donation online. And, you know, if you want to volunteer, you can either call or just email volunteer@tomforltgov.com.
Yeah, I'm